Is it Document Tingz, bringing truth to the light. Paper trail strong, yeah, we reading it right. From the docket to the drop, every case, every scene. I'm your courtroom reporter with the facts in between. Yeah. Document Tingz, bringing truth to the light. Paper trail strong, yeah, we reading it right. From the docket to the drop, every case, every scene. I'm your courtroom reporter with the facts in between. Yeah.
Hey there, guys. Y'all, welcome back to another video. Now, I am your host, Document Tingz, and we are here to get into some court updates. Now, we're here to go over Thomas Dexter Jakes, as y'all know him as BishopTDJakes, and Duane Youngblood's lawsuit. Now, today we're going to be specifically speaking on Tyrone Blackburn. Now, for those of y'all who do not know, if my memory is correct, Tyrone Blackburn was legal counsel to Duane Youngblood. I know he did submit motion to withdraw, and I know that the judge tore into his behind when there was a hearing about a month ago to a month and a half ago. Don't quote me, but I think it was about a month and a half. And the judge tore into him. Now, maybe that's something I need to work on, getting that actual transcript, because I hear it was a mess. But maybe we'll work on that. But until then, y'all look at the very bottom. Copyright disclaimer under section 107, just simply saying, hey, this is fair use. I am not a paralegal. I am not an attorney, and I am not a judge. I am simply saying that, hey, I know how to read. And without further ado, this is going to be a quick 2-pager. However, at the very bottom, there are 2 exhibits attached. So with this 2-pager in total, it is 65 pages. Okay, so let's get into it. So notice of Blackburn's continued submission of AI hallucinations in other cases. Counsel for plaintiff Thomas Dexter Jakes writes to notify the court of recent developments bearing on its pending order to show cause. Last week, in an unrelated case in the Southern District of New York, Tyrone Blackburn was again accused of submitting a motion to dismiss supported by AI hallucinations. The accusation centered on a memorandum that Blackburn filed on August 11th of 2025. After, for example, this court's order to show cause hearing in after Blackburn purportedly took 11 COEs about AI-related issues. The flagged that alleged hallucinations and the memorandum containing them are both attached for the court's reference. Now, Exhibit A, as I mentioned, and then Exhibit B. So that's the ending of that. Now, we're not going to read the whole thing. We're just going to read just part of it. And as y'all do know, I will have the court document in the description box below for you to get into it. Okay. Now, this is Exhibit A. This is referencing Fat Joe. Now, y'all know Fat Joe's real name is Joseph Cartagena. Okay. So he filed this against Terrence Dixon and Tyrone Blackburn in his law firm. Okay, so table of contents, table of authorities. Now, we're not going to read the whole thing. We're just going to read bits and pieces of it, okay? So it says Terrence Dixon and his lawyers, Tyrone Blackburn and T.A. Blackburn Law, PLLCs, Rule 12b6, motion to dismiss the second amended complaint should be denied for many reasons. Chief among them is that defendants rely heavily on evidence outside of the 4 corners of the complaint, including from a 36-paragraph declaration that the court should ignore, and have cited cases that simply don't exist, and have miscited cases for propositions they simply don't stand for. There are at least 10 instances in the motion where defendants cite cases for inapposite propositions or quotes language found nowhere in the case, commonly referred to as hallucinated case citations, which in all likelihood were the result of Blackburn's irresponsible reliance on artificial intelligence, also known as AI, generated content without manual verification. As shocking as this is coming from Blackburn, a licensed member of the bar It is not surprising to one familiar with his history. Federal judges have admonished Blackburn within the past year. And I kind of mentioned this earlier, but this is y'all some tea right here. So we got some tea, y'all some tea. Because his filings were replete with inaccurate statements of law and wholly fabricated quotations from case law. Blackburn recently blamed these errors on his misinterpretation of new legal technology and represented just days after filing his motion that he had taken the appropriate steps to ensure that he would never make these same errors again. The motion is unfortunately just the latest example of Blackburn's serial disregard of his ethical obligations. In addition to disregarding Blackburn's fictional authorities, the court should impose harsh sanctions for this repeat conduct. Blackburn's egregious misconduct in drafting the motion overshadows defendants' substantive arguments, all of which fail against the well-pled allegations of complaint describing defendants' calculated campaign of defamation, extortion, and malicious harassment designed to destroy world-renowned musician Joseph Fat Joe Cartagena reputation in business. Dixon fabricated and publicly spread knowingly false, scandalous accusations against Cartagena with the intent to coerce Cartagena into paying millions of dollars he did not owe, including that Cartagena engaged in sexual relationships with underage girls and sexually assaulted a woman in Wisconsin. When these tactics failed, Dixon enlisted Blackburn, who first sought compensation for Dixon's alleged unpaid wages, but quickly threatened disseminating false allegations for statutory, and as y'all see, great. We're going to say great. We're going to, I'm not trying to get flagged by YouTube, but we're going to say great right there. Forced labor, sex trafficking, and a RICO lawsuit if he did not pay $20 million to settle. After Cartagena refused to back down, Blackburn published further defamatory statements, including the knowingly false statement that Cartagena ordered a hit job against Dixon and that he had a recording of Cartagena's alleged former 16-year-old girlfriend. Of course, defendants knew that these statements were false when they made them to coerce an unwarranted payout. Ooh-wee. Yeah. Now, y'all see on the screen, you can pause the screen and y'all can read. But again, we're just going to get into a few things. But as y'all know, I will have this actual court document in the description box below. So this here is example or exhibit A. Okay. We're just going to scroll. Let me see if there's not any pictures or anything like that. Okay, so that's the end of that one. And here goes the memorandum of law in support of the defendant's motion to dismiss plaintiff's second amended complaint, which is a preliminary statement, argument, point 1. So there's actually 3 points. Okay, y'all see? Then you got a table of authorities. Then here go the preliminary statement. All right. Again, this will be in the description box below, but I want to see if there's any. Okay, here we go. We got pictures. Okay. Pause the screen, read. Okay. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think there were some text messages. Yep, here they are. Okay, so I wanted to get into this. So this is what they are alleging. Below are some of the direct Instagram messages received by Dixon, which revealed the coordinated nature of plaintiff's threats. Okay, y'all see? Don't need to lift a finger. Biggest in the game. Everyone willing to do it for me. Y'all see that? Pause your screen. N-word, you will get dragged. Y'all see that? But be careful. We let you live. Y'all see that? And then don't you ever forget in your life, everyone is outside. You love your family, right? You could have Jesus with you inward. You food and we gonna eat. And that's about it. And that's the bottom. Now, I appreciate y'all for watching this. As always, I will have this court document available to you. If you have not already seen, I had already posted it on X. However, if you're on YouTube and YouTube solely, it will be in the description box below. But until then, as I always say, when you lead with integrity, you never have to worry about somebody questioning your loyalty or your intentions. And if you like what you see, like, share, and subscribe. I am approaching 500 followers. I am 160 followers shy. If y'all can help me get to 500, I would really appreciate it. Again, thank you for watching. See you next time.